Hello.
Hello.
Hello. My mic is in and it's literally transparent, I guess. I don't know.
Can they hear me?
They can definitely hear you. They can definitely hear you.
Segoy.
So, anyway. Yep. So we're here now. We're live. We're in front of the Namek, as you can see right now. But most importantly, got my brother Uchi. Brother Juice. All right. So, first time I've ever done this live, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because I've done like reviews of other manga in the past, but not like this. I figured we'd do it like this because it's super. Last time I had you on the channel, it was for freaking Absalon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes,
It was literally for Absalon. Okay.
What year was that? Was that like 2014?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 2014.
5 years. Wow.
Yeah, bro. 5 freaking years, man. But we're here now. We're live. We're doing the thing. Let me just get the tag. There we go. So, but yeah. So I think so. Pretty much, we're gonna review what happened, and then kind of talk about it like normal, like we normally would, if it was just like us in the car talking, whatever.
Yeah.
So this chapter, a lot happened.
A lot.
A lot freaking happened. We literally start with Vegeta and Yardrat, to then going to seeing what Goku's up to seeing what the freaking three thieves were up to on going on Earth.
Yeah.
To Piccolo, back to Goku, back to Vegeta, even Moro.
Yep.
Right?
He made a cameo.
Yeah.
And then back to Goku and Merus.
Yeah. So essentially, what I thought was really cool, right, was they kind of showed us, and we learned a little bit more about the Yardrats. That was first and foremost. And it is confirmed Vegeta is definitely not learning instant transmission. We could put that to rest.
Right.
It seemed like he was, maybe, for those that might thought that.
Right.
I kind of knew. I was like, there's no way this man's going to just
bite off Goku.
Like, he's like, because realistically, what would that do?
It would just be like two people learning that.
Like, my initial thought was that he was going to go there thinking, like, having some kind of knowledge on them prior that we didn't know. Like, we were going to learn some new stuff, which we did in turn anyway. But what we learned is that they got spirit control.
Spirit control.
Which they equivalated to
Chi.
Right. So with Chi, that's pretty much how Goku explained it to them when he was last on there. And the one joke that I kind of caught on to was that every time they were introducing Vegeta to somebody, they thought that the guy he was with, who I don't even know if they named him. Did they name him?
No, they didn't.
I honestly don't think.
They should just call him Simple Saiyan.
Yeah, so he clearly wasn't a Saiyan, but the funny part is that they kept thinking he was a Saiyan, like, oh, like, you're really small for a Saiyan or something, right?
Yeah.
And it happened twice, and the reason why I think it happened twice is, one, Akira Toriyama loves his jokes.
Yep.
Number two, I think it's literally because if you think about it, where did the Saiyans come from?
Vegeta.
Yeah, they came from Planet Vegeta, and then what was Planet Vegeta before it was Planet Vegeta? It was literally a completely different planet with a completely different race on it, and they looked like that guy.
Wow.
I caught on to that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
But it makes sense because they conquered that planet, made it their own.
Yep.
And the race that they took it from looked like that guy, a Simple Saiyan.
Yes, he's like, oh yeah, call him a Simple Saiyan, like, And I was like, because they must like.
They must have known.
Yeah.
Somehow.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Because they probably knew of the old, but that's all beside the point anyway.
Yeah.
So we learn quite a bit about the Yardrats. We learn that they have the spirit control. And the spirit control allows them to do instant transmission, as we all know. It also allows them to decrease and increase their size,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting. I was like,
yeah.
we about to see Vegeta go like huge.
Right.
Like imagine like giant Vegeta. Like this is like the
Giant
Pokemon
Vegeta
stuff.
Blue.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just realized something. If he goes giant, that's like him going ape form
Yes.
without going ape form.
Because he has his self-control.
Wow.
You know what
That's
else, though?
kind of crazy.
They might have the ability to do a multitude of different things. That's just two examples.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and so that was part of it, right? And then aside from that, they can do copies. So it's kind of like it looks like they made
Shadow clones.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing shadow clones, right? So we're literally gonna see Vegeta doing some freaking shadow clone jutsu. We're gonna see him doing some expansion jutsu, and he probably will learn how to do instant transmission along with this package.
Yeah.
So it's gonna kind of be funny when he shows back up like this,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh man, he knows his transmission now.
But I think that he's gonna specialize in one thing at first. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be, but like, what if it's like, I don't know, something far fetched like, I don't know. I just don't know. But seriously, I think he's gonna learn one thing and master it.
Okay.
And it's gonna be completely out of this world.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So he's gonna master something with the spirit control.
Yeah.
Okay. So spirit control Vegeta might actually be a new term, but it's not like he's getting a new form or anything like that.
Yeah.
See, like Goku on the other hand, which I guess we could transition to, he is literally on another planet training with Merus. They haven't said where the planet is or what the planet's name is, but we just see them, training and stuff. Now, here's the funny part. Now, we're kind of going to go back and forth because I kind of just want to jump in to talk about this really quick, is that Merus knew about Goku's Ultra Instinct, right? So he understands that is what Goku is trying to master, obviously, to use against Moro, because he feels like doing that, might give him the upper hand. Because, again, for those that don't realize it, Ultra Instinct is a technique.
Yeah.
It's technically a technique, right? So it is a technique. That he's trying to, utilize to his advantage and against Moro, and it's funny because, he realizes like Merus is trying to teach him you trigger Super Saiyan through anger.
Yep.
Ultra Instinct is the opposite.
Yep.
And Goku had a
epiphany.
moment. Yeah, he had an epiphany, and as soon as that happened, Merus I guess gained a newfound trust for him, right?
Yeah.
And so they're fighting, and in the background there's a pyramid, right? So I'm like, oh, they're probably on some Egyptian-esque planet or whatever, maybe, right? And I thought that was just backdrop, right? Nah, Merus is we're gonna go inside. I was like, oh snap! I didn't even think about it, and what do you know? Welcome back to the hyperbolic time chamber.
But the thing is, how it's only 3 days to the 1 day on Earth, right?
Yep.
I wonder if that means the room itself is more powerful. Basically, what if it's so powerful, it makes... No, never mind. I don't know. I had an idea, but then I was like, I don't know how they would, do that, but never mind.
So I find it interesting that because of where they are, it's kind of crazy how there are actually planets out there that have hyperbolic time chambers.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool that they reintroduced that, because we haven't seen that in a very long time.
Right.
We haven't seen them use it.
Right.
All right.
Since the Buu saga, right?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Because I don't ever recall them using it in Super at once. So there you go. So Goku's literally about to go back in there. He hasn't been in there since Cell Saga.
Right.
Because last time he was in there, he was training with Gohan.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And now he's in there with Merus. But here's the funny part, right? Merus at this point says, now that we're in here, no one can sense us at all because we're like away from like everything.
It's a different dimension.
Yes. So, that in mind, he now feels like he can go all out.
Yeah.
With hence within the title, I say Super Merus because I mean,
You get to see his full power.
right. Now, before we go into the depth of Merus, with what how I feel about the character, let's talk about the other stuff that happened in the chapter. So that's how the chapter ended. They were pretty much hyping up their next fight within this hyperbolic time chamber. We know that every day that they spend in there equivalates to 3 days in the outside world, which is completely different to what we're used to. We're used to like a day is like a year.
Yeah.
And that's OD.
And that's why I was like thinking. I was like, maybe they nerfed it for the. I don't know. Just I'm thinking maybe since Goku in the Tournament of Power powered up so fast because he was going up against a super strong foe and all those different foes in like 40 minutes, maybe all they need is 3 days for him to master the technique that he learned in 40 minutes.
Yeah, because I also that's a really good point because I just wonder how many more time skips we're gonna have because we have been having a lot of short day and like a couple days here, a couple days there, a week there periods within Super where like time is progressing by the day and week.
Yep.
And so obviously, depending on, I guess, where you are in the universe, there might be other hyperbolic time chambers that have different properties. And in this case, the pacing is so well done in this arc that they have it moving along.
Yep.
So you're right. Like, I wonder how many days they're going to actually be in there for. And if it'll take, like, and how long it'll take Goku to finally get it down.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they had the original rules,
Shit.
they would only need one day.
He'll be Ultra Instinct ×5.
Yeah.
Super Instinct.
I don't know if there'll ever be grades for it, but I hope not, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's a good question right there. So, but other things that happen, so we had the thieves, I forget their names, but like they're I think the macaroni. It's a play on words of macaroni, obviously, but the macaroni squad or something, and they are invading Earth. We got a tease of that last chapter. So this chapter, we actually see them intrude.
Yep.
Right? Piccolo notices, right?
Yep.
And at the same time, the Galactic Patrol is kind of freaking out because they have, with Vegeta and Goku gone and no Boo and no Merus, they literally have no one to really like go in and protect other planets or any kind of threats that are happening throughout the galaxy. So they're like thinking of trying to recruit somebody else. And so they asked Jacko, like, well, why don't you go into your squadron, like your quadrants, and find somebody? And they think of, bringing in Piccolo, which it's kind of interesting because of all the characters, I mean, it kind of makes sense at the same time.
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready, or I wasn't expecting to see them actually give Piccolo some nice shine like that. Yeah. Which is really good because I know there's a lot of Piccolo fans out there.
Yeah.
But I was personally expecting Goten and Trunks, even Gohan, Piccolo. I was like, okay, like he would have been like my fourth pick.
Yeah.
Right then and there, you know. So they invade. Piccolo senses it. He washes them really quick. He sends them off without knowing where they're coming from, right? And then Dende tells him, yo, you can't let them go. They're actually a part of everything that's going down, like out in space and stuff.
He's like, what?
Nani? You heard the voice.
Yeah.
You heard the voice, right? So that happens, and he blasts the ship down. But it was too late because, unfortunately, they got the word out before Piccolo, blasted their ship. Yeah, yeeted them, pretty much. And then, because their on Moro's end, the feedback cut off after they sent requests for help. Moro's smart, and he put two and two together. He's like, well, if they die or if they're taken down, that must mean that wherever they are,
They got powerful people.
there you go. So with that in mind, Moro's next plan is he's going to send in another fleet.
But stronger.
Yeah. However, I don't think that's even going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to be of any kind of concern. I don't think that, like, whoever he sends is going to be much of a problem for them, because I think it's just going to be just, honestly, another way or excuse for Moro to just end up on Earth. So something tells me that their next and final fight potentially might end up on Earth.
Yep.
Of course, right?
Yep.
And we always going on freaking, always freaking going to Earth in some capacity. I will get to you guys' comments and concerns, questions, all that kind of stuff once we get through this. But I do want to say thanks for everyone that's in here right now.
Arigato.
So yeah, so that's going on with the thieves, Piccolo trying to get recruited into the Galactic Patrol.
Yep.
And yeah, and then Vegeta wants to learn how to handle the spirit control. And then Goku's still, obviously training with Merus. Now, did anything else happen that we should talk about? Important? I think we covered everything.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the three major things.
Those were the key points that took place, and what's crazy, a lot happened in this chapter.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of stuff happened in this chapter. So, like I said, the scenes were going back and forth. Like, we started with Vegeta, and then we see what Goku's doing for a little bit. Then we see the Macaroni clan or whatever. Then we see, the Piccolo stuff, and back to Vegeta, back to Goku. Ended with Goku.
Yep.
So this arc, as far as how much longer, I don't know exactly. Like, if they're gonna end it by the time the new year comes, I feel like this might last around until maybe like February.
I can see that.
Because like
the next one hits October 20th.
Because like I said earlier, the pacing is really well done.
Yeah.
Pacing is really well done. Chapters, since they come out once a month, are around like 40-ish pages, like 45 on some good days, and that means that there's a lot of content to go through. It's a lot of there's a lot of progression that they can make within one chapter, which is really nice.
Yep.
You get a nice big chunk of the story, and it makes us feel like we're getting that much closer to a solid wrap up.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought the chapter was pretty good. Nothing too crazy happened. We just learned a lot.
Yeah.
We learned a lot about the yard drafts. We learned. I can't say we learned a lot about them, but we learned. Like, we met the guy who taught Goku how to do instant transmission.
Yeah.
Like, we straight up met him, right?
The elder.
Yeah, of course it's an elder. They always got freaking elders in these Jones, right? The yard drafts, of course, also I should say, have different forms. Like, they all don't look the same. There actually are different races and species, I guess, of the yard drafts, which kind of equivalates to like Earthlings. Like, you got different races and all that.
Yep.
Skin colors are different, all that kind of stuff. So they got whole different people that's yard drat. So that was pretty cool. We learned more about Merus, which we're gonna get into in a second. And then we learned about Moro's new plan, and we learned about Galactic Patrol's plan, trying to get Piccolo to help. But now that they're gonna send more threats to Earth, I don't know if he's gonna leave just yet.
Yep.
And who knows, he might get some backup depending on if he can actually handle these next few bandits, villains, whatever it is. Because not to poop on Piccolo or anything like that, but he has a limit to how much he can handle, and he never leaves Earth. Like, he's always there. Like, he's
looking out.
He is the Earth's guardian, essentially. So there's that. Now, the one thing I do want to say about Moro. Oh, well, what did you think about the chapter overall before we go on?
I thought it was solid. Definitely, like you said, it's a lot of content. We learned a lot. And, it left a big cliffhanger, man. Like, I was like, yo, I just want to see what Goku's going to do in that time chamber. And how strong Merus is, because I think that Merus is going to be involved in the fight, too. Yeah. The showdown.
Yeah, I really think that out of everything that's going on right now is the most anticipated, now that we got confirmation that Merus has legit just been holding off.
Yeah.
Like, he has not shown us his true potential.
Yeah.
His true power, I should say. As Vegeta is pretty straightforward. Like, he's literally learning spirit control or chi control to enable him to, use copies and to enlarge and minimize himself, I guess, if that's gonna help
like
them.
Ant-Man.
Yo, like for real, like
He goes up Merus' ass. And then he goes giant.
I don't think that's gonna happen in a Dragon Ball manga,
Oh my god.
but I'm sure someone will make the fan art for it.
Yes.
I'm sure that'll happen.
That's a new meme.
Yeah.
And then Merus is like, freaking Moral's like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so that's pretty much that's what I'm most looking forward to. So,
Yep.
as regards to Merus, so I forgot who said it in the chat, but if you guys have any kind of thoughts or anything you want to add, feel free to, because now is your time to do that. We can address some things for probably like another maybe like 15, 20 minutes or so.
Absolutely.
So now or forever hold your peace. But we'll start the conversation by saying, what do you want to say something?
So, when you said Piccolo's going to have to hold it down on Earth while these new bandits and everything is coming, if he can handle it or not, that might be an excuse to bring Gohan into the mix, and Trunks, and Gotenks. Gotenks Blue. It's like, nah.
It's not happening.
But seriously, like that could very possibly happen.
Okay. Yeah, like I said before, I would love to see that. Like, it would be cool to see the other freaking Earth heroes get some light and shine, and
Like, I'll pass on Krillin, but
he's I don't know if this is still true or not, but they say he's technically the strongest Earthling.
I can see that.
Like,
other than Tien, but I can see that though.
Apparently, Krillin is the strongest Earthling.
Wow.
Which says a lot.
Yeah.
Because the Saiyans are actually the real people of the defenders and whatnot. Krillin got the cop role, he got the streets covered.
That is true.
Dang,
that's crazy.
But yeah, so as I was saying before, the big thing that I feel like Merus has to be of the race that the angels are. Yeah. Someone said it really well. I didn't catch the name. If you want to repeat it, go ahead. But they said Merus is the fallen angel.
Oh.
Okay. Now, that figuratively
that's really
is really good, because if he's of the fallen angel, or he is a fallen angel, then that would make sense as to why he's so strong and why he can handle Goku with ease. Yeah. And why he's been suppressing himself. And the fact of the matter is, this entire time, he has actually been fighting with like some super weights on. Like, he took the Rock Lee Johns to the next level. Like, think about it. I feel like, and the reason being, he's hiding his power. Why is he hiding his power? Because I feel like he might not want to have that kind of higher responsibility, maybe, or maybe that'll just bring about more threats.
I can see that.
Yeah, because we all know the recipe for these villains and fights and whatnot. In Dragon Ball, the way it works is, they get stronger. There's someone else that finds out about it and they want to kill them, right?
Yep.
So Merus has been he's known, he's the strongest of the Galactic Patrol. He is the elite, right?
Yeah.
And this man has literally, even at that point, has been just chilling, and I feel like he could be the one to take out Moro.
He might.
And really quick, not to say that, he's not blue, so he can't be related to Whis or Vados, but he does have a lighter purple kind of skin tone, and he does look related to them.
He does.
He looks like he is of that race. Yeah. Same kind of eye pattern and all that, the facial structure, his hair, they got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. and his color probably changed if he is a fallen angel because he was once an angel. He was blue, and now that he's fallen.
Yeah. Like, we don't even know how angels get selected. Like, we don't know if they're born into it and we don't know any of that stuff. But it would make sense because he's so damn strong.
Yep.
I mean, let's think back to how the Galactic Patrol Prison arc started. He literally captured Goku and Vegeta free.
Wow.
Like, he was on Earth looking for Boo because of the the Dai Kaioshin, right? He wanted the Dai Kaioshin that was deep within Majin Buu, right? He didn't come for Goku and Vegeta. They got in the way. He didn't want to hurt them, and he literally safely captured them. He was too quick for them, and that says a lot because we see Goku and Vegeta literally getting so strong over the course of this series.
Yep.
They're freaking, Goku's over here trying to master the technique of Ultra Instinct. Meanwhile, both of them got Super Saiyan Blue. They both have this God Key accessibility. They have all their Super Saiyan power-ups, right? And the future is definitely bright. I'm calling Primal Instinct, Super Saiyan 4. It's going to happen one day, right? They're just going to continue. That's the flow of this show.
That's going to be crazy.
They're going to constantly just get stronger. They're going to get more forms, all that kind of stuff. That's what's going to happen, right? Merus, we literally have we don't even know how when the angels were born, the gods of destruction, all that kind of stuff. They've been around way longer. They've seen way more, so we don't know.
Yep.
Merus just fits that mold. Like, he's been, and he like look at how Whis fights them when they're training them, dodging, dipping, and you know what I'm saying. Merus is literally just doing that, and he's suppressed.
Yeah. He's
literally suppressed, and now next month, hopefully, we see him in his true state. Super Merus, bro.
Woo. What if his true state is blue? That would be crazy. Not like think
like
about
his
it.
skin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Merus Unleashed.
Dude, oh my god, if that actually happens, busted.
And then it's like a cameo shoots the Whis and he's like, he did it.
So what's crazy? That would make the most sense, and I'm actually hoping that happens. What's crazier is that since the manga's black and white,
we will never know
until it gets animated. I hope that John gets animated. Okay. So that's everything that we think about that. I'm gonna go over and look at the chat really quick, see what you guys are talking about and saying, and we'll address some of the things you guys have to say, of course. Let's see. You guys think Vegeta would be more important in this fight than Kakarot? I don't know, to be honest, because I'm thinking of the abilities that he's going to use, right? Like, he's using Spirit Control. Okay, so Spirit Control is going to allow him to grow in size, decrease in size, do copies of himself, and to instant transmission. So what that says to me is he's going to have a lot of mobility access and techniques and whatever, right?
Yep.
He's going to use that to his advantage to maybe be faster in a way. Because if you can't see him, then how are you going to hit him?
Yeah.
Right? So, but at the same time, does that mean that they can't still get their energy drained? Because at the end of the day, that is Moro. Moro literally eats your life energy.
Yeah.
He drains it from you while you're fighting.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does Moro have to see you to do that?
Well, so it's like, from what we've seen, it seems like the way it works is like, as long as he's present in front of or around or in an area that has the life force, he just absorbs it.
Damn.
So it's like, that's a good question though.
Yeah.
What if he can't absorb what he can't see? Well, that would actually be a really good thing. And if that ends up being the case, I think that would play a really good, it would play a good part in his demise, because obviously that's what we're gonna get at him. I'd imagine at some point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good question. That was a good question, and
awesome
good question from you to me to go off of that question. Let's see. I agree. Merus is a former angel. Is the only way that they would know about Ultra Instinct. That's also true.
Yes, it is.
That's very true, because again, Merus didn't even confirm how he knew. He
Yep.
just said he knew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's good stuff. Krillin is awesome. I love Krillin. I may be biased because I just met Sonny straight, but I wouldn't mind seeing Krillin. Yeah, I mean, if we saw Krillin,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Bald head, smashing 18. Juice is Krillin confirmed. Yeah, he's Black Saitama.
Yeah. Black Tama.
Black Tama. Okay. Okay. I agree with him. We saw how they had to bench Whis in the Broly movie because he is so strong. Right.
Yes.
I mean, it's not even that they benched Whis. We all know that the Angels, like, that's part of their rules. They just don't get involved. They're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they did, it would cause an imbalance, which might bring about a bigger threat. So, imagine if that. No, let's not talk about that. Let's not get there. I don't think he's related to them because of all the angels are kids from the Grand Minister, so we think they're born into it. Well, we still, like I said, like literally have no inclination as to how that works.
Yep.
So we can't make assumptions or direct like call outs towards that. Like it's literally all open aired. Like we don't know the ages. We don't know how long. We just know that they've been around for a very, very, very long time. And we don't even know how old Merus is.
Right.
Like, watch him be like, oh, yeah, I'm like 10,000 years old. Oh, cool. You know, like.
He don't age a bit.
Not once. Let's see. He's going to say he's another family of the angels. They mentioned Gohan and Krillin and Tien in the manga chapter. Oh, yes, they do. They do. They do name drop them, so that was pretty cool. Let's see. So, Jacko brings up Gohan. Yep. Jacko forgot Tien and Krillin's names, but Bulma brings them up. Oh, yep. That it's funny who they leaving out. They're leaving out someone. They mentioned Krillin, Gohan, and Tien. Who they leaving out?
Oh, they're leaving Goten and Trunks.
Nah. Who they really leaving out?
Yamcha.
He is too busy getting bodied by Magikarp. That is, he might as well be playing baseball right now. Probably crying over the fact that Bulma's getting smashed by Vegeta for all these years.
Yup.
She
has 2 kids, but I don't care.
That ship has sailed for Yamcha. Okay, let's see. When Bulma came to the lookout. Wait, would his energy be blue or pink if he does a super form? Because black being Zamasu goes blue and no. Okay, so what we're talking about is not his aura. We're talking about his skin, like his legit skin color.
Yeah.
All right, because we see the angels are they're blue.
Yeah.
Whis and Vados, at least, right? Actually, no. Even the other ones, too.
Yeah, all the ones from the different universes.
Yeah, they're all blue, right? Yep. So Juice's theory is that if he powers up, maybe his skin tone would change to blue.
His true form.
Exactly. Because he's been suppressed. So then, I mean, I also asked the question, like, why aren't the angels suppressed? And, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just a part of, like, the job.
Yeah. Or like you said, if he's a fallen, like he might have to remain in a suppressed form.
Yeah, like that's the thing, man. There's got to be more lore to it, dude.
Yeah.
There has to be, like, because let's just say he is from that, and he is the fallen, like he's a fallen angel, as in he was there. Maybe he was next in line at some point, and he did something wrong, or he got framed.
Yeah.
One of those two. That'd be kind of interesting to see if that actually did happen.
But his skin is light purple, right?
Yes, if you look at actually, I'll pull that up right now on my iPad so I can display it.
I was about to say something really crazy.
Go ahead.
So I was gonna say he might be a god. Like, what if he was supposed to be the god of destruction? But then I was like, no, because there's other gods of destructions that aren't purple. So yeah,
I feel like gods of destruction can be anyone that's really, 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 really strong. I think
it's like worthy, kind of like Captain America holding Thor's hammer.
Right. So here is the picture I found. I'm gonna hold my mic really quick.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
That's dope.
It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard to see via the image here, but yeah, he's definitely light purple. Okay, and his hair is green. So like, yo, check this out. If he powers up, his hair goes white.
Yo, sick.
He's fallen angel, guys. Let's just start believing that he's a fallen angel. All
Yeah.
right, let's just start believing that he's a fallen angel. All right. Talking about Merus, when you guys said blue, is that what you? Oh no, okay. Let me read all of those things. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep, that is pretty much it. So, anything before we wrap up? What are some things that you would like to see for Chapter 53?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely want to see Goku make progression. Want to see Merus' true form, or levels to it. Like he gets closer and closer. Like he's like, oh, all right, this is my further power, you know, or like he just goes straight to it. Want to see what who who Moro was going to send to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
How powerful they're going to be, and who's going to help Piccolo if he needs the help. And yeah, I'm really just looking forward to like the time chamber, how it's going to work out.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, that's really good. I hope that they, cause like so if they follow the pattern that they had set last month, they ended it with they said that Vegeta landed on Yardrat, and they started it with Vegeta and Yardrat.
Yeah.
I hope that since they ended it with Merus and Goku, they started with Merus and Goku.
And then ended with Vegeta and Yardrat and see his progression with learning the chi control.
Oh yeah, I feel like
It should be easy for him.
yeah.
But I don't know. Goku was just so natural at everything because he was an Earthling at first, and Vegeta, you know, he became an Earthling too. Like, you know, like saving the Earth and.
But they're always gonna be Saiyans though. That's their blood.
And I'm thinking it's gonna be harder for Vegeta to master that because of his. I don't know, but yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope that we get a good mix for sure of events that take place. I would like to see who Earth. I feel like that might be what they end with. Like more like we see like who Moro sent to Earth next.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, like who are these new foes? Oh, you know who I think is gonna be? They introduced last month, if you guys remember, I forget their names, but they introduced 3 new female characters that were villains. They might be the ones.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they were introduced very briefly.
Yeah.
And we all know just like how things work in manga, at least that's how they should. Like when a character gets introduced and they're in a bunch of panels or even a few of them and they're shown, that means that they're going to get reused elsewhere at some point.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that might be it.
That'd be dope.
Because they've been going around doing their villainous things and stuff and all that.
You never know. We might be able to, if they do that, we might be able to see some 18 action.
Yeah,
possibly.
Because one of them actually, it's funny because one of them actually does look like a Majin 21 from Dragon Ball FighterZ, like a little bit. But yeah, it's 3 of them. So we'll see if Piccolo will be able to handle them. Which I mean. With how stories work, probably not, which is going to probably bring in these other characters. Hopefully, we'll get some screen time. But most importantly, out of anyone that gets involved, it would be nice if they did involve Goten and Trunks and they actually looked like they aged a little bit.
That would be dope.
That would be very good because then that would be another big indicator that we are getting a little farther and closer towards the closure of this 10-year seemingly never-ending gap leading into that world tournament with Oob and, Blue Suit Goku and Pan and all that fun stuff.
I can't wait for them to bring Oob back.
Oh, I know.
That's going to be so dope.
It's going to be really freaking awesome. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I want to see. I want to see, Goku's progression with his Ultra Instinct training. I really want to see how OD Merus can be.
Yes.
I want to see if his personality changes. Like, 'cause sometimes like you could like awaken yourself and like, oh, come on, like your attitude changes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like that would be OD if he did that. And yeah, I mean, I honestly, I like more than anything else, I do want to see the Goku stuff. I want to see how quickly Vegeta learns these techniques. I want to see if if they say within the dialogue like, oh, like wow, like you're learning faster than Goku did when we taught him instant transmission. Yeah.
So, you remember when Goku first turned Ultra Instinct? He was on the brink of death, basically. Like, you know. So what if Merus overwhelms him with power, right? And it brings him to that, and he's just like, just stay calm. Don't just opposite. Remember, opposite of rage, opposite of rage. But he's still overwhelming him, and then out of nowhere, it's like, dun, 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 dun. You never know. Like, what if he just,
you hear the song in the chapter?
That'd be lit. But I can see it working out like that on his road to mastery.
Yeah, dude, that's a good call. I like that.
Like, was I elaborated on his personality changes, is overwhelming him.
I think Goku definitely has a better idea now.
Yeah.
So, I feel like next chapter we might actually get to see Ultra Instinct, maybe Omen, the first form.
Yeah.
At least, and then but I would like to see Ultra Instinct, and I would like to see older Trunks and Goten,
Yes.
a little bit older,
Yeah.
right? And I would like to see Vegeta's progression faster than Goku's.
Yeah.
That's what I would want to see.
That'd be dope.
So with that all being said, guys, let's see. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, yeah, Crimson's pretty much with us on that one. So yeah, pretty sure that'll do it for this chapter review, chapter 52, Dragon Ball Super. Thanks, you guys, for joining us here on the live special stream of this review. As far as the next time goes, I mean, hey, look forward to the next review. I don't know if I'll have a guest with me next time, but as always, keep it locked, keep it classy, keep it here on the Uchi Games channel. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.